Hello and welcome to Tall Tales, Short Stories, and Dusty Film Cans. I'm 11Goddess. I'm the creator of the stories that fill this space. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. This creation that we're going to enjoy is another from my age old storyboard of stories that I have been writing throughout my life, but I never got a chance to really find a place to put them. I knew that eventually I'd get them out. Honestly, I thought they'd be stories I'd share with my grandchildren just to keep them entertained or something like that, but I digress. I now have this. So, this is my homage and a thank you because I grew up in the soap opera era of the 70s. And the endless drama, chaos, on again, off again, romances, and all the craziness in between made me yearn to see something like that again. So stay tuned as we unravel Unseen. I hope you enjoy it.
Book 1, Unseen by 11Goddess, from the I Only Have Eyes for You series. Book 1, Unseen. Chapter 1, Eric Christo.
Shoot it.
Caesar dribbled twice, let the ball kiss the cracked blacktop, and side-eyed Eric.
You say that like you're not the one with a 7-foot wingspan. Go block a cloud or something.
It's called encouragement. You're welcome.
Caesar rose into a jumper anyway. Brick. The ball rattled the rim like it owed it money and spat out. Eric snagged the rebound, and Caesar groaned.
I hate that you're good at everything.
He said, hands on hips.
I'm not. I just practice being annoying.
He took it back to the line.
Game to 11. Your ball after I make this.
You're not making...
The shot slid through, net whispering. 10-8. Caesar pointed at Eric.
One day you'll miss.
On that day, I'll buy a lottery ticket.
We played until the sun edged up over the stucco buildings and made the court shimmer. By the time we hit 11, sweat darkened Caesar's gray tee. He tugged at the collar and grimaced.
I swear the smog is a felony.
It's Southern California.
Eric said, grabbing a water bottle.
Everything here is aggressively fine.
Caesar chuckled.
Aggressively fine. Like that barista who pretends not to know your name.
She knows my order. That's enough.
Eric's appeal had been a fact of life since high school, the kind of thing he never chased but could never quite escape. Tall enough to stand out in a crowd, shoulders that made shirts look like they'd been cut for him, and a face balanced between sharp and warm. Just enough edge to keep it interesting. Wavy hair that somehow always looked intentional, even when it wasn't. And light brown eyes with a stare that could turn casual conversation into something weighted. Back then, girls noticed first and guys noticed after, usually when they realized their girlfriends had. Teachers called him focused, capable, even charming when they thought he couldn't hear. It wasn't just looks. It was the way he carried himself, calm without being aloof. Confident without being loud, the kind of presence that drew people in before they even knew why. It followed him into college. The nods from strangers, the easy recognition in rooms he'd never been in before. He didn't lean on it. He didn't need to. Eric and Caesar flopped on the low wall that separated the court from the patchy grass. Early traffic murmured on the avenue. Campus was waking up. Leaf blowers whining, a cluster of freshmen walking by in matching orientation shirts, a skateboard gliding past with wheels that sounded like nickels in a blender. Caesar nudged Eric's shoulder.
So, first week of grad school and you're... What? Steady as a surgeon? You disgust me.
First year glow. Talk to me in midterms when I'm drinking coffee through an IV.
You'll love it. You love everything. Except tomatoes.
Uncooked tomatoes. I'm not a barbarian.
Anyway, tell me you're free Saturday to help me test drive a bike. The Ducati dealer's doing demo rides, and my current baby needs a sister.
I'll come. But for the record, I refuse to be your bad influence when your finances say used Honda and your heart says Italian diva.
My heart is an asset class, and she appreciates.
Yeah, and then depreciates the moment you roll her out of the showroom.
He leaned back, closed his eyes, face tilted to the sun.
Let me have joy, Christo.
Fine, I'll bring a helmet.
They split up outside the rec center. Caesar hit the shower, then sprinted to an accounting lab. Eric to the engineering building that had all the charm of a parking garage and the heart of a cathedral. Eric liked it. Concrete didn't pretend. On the way in, Eric texted his grandfather. Coffee later? His bubbles popped up almost immediately. Only if you admit your nano is still better at chess. Lies and slander. 3 p.m., 3 p.m. Bring biscotti. From where? From anywhere not named your kitchen. Eric laughed out loud. A couple of undergrads glanced at him and then back at their phones. The universal choreography of not interacting. His maternal grandparents had been a fixture in his life from the beginning, though now it was just his grandfather, Nonno, holding court in the apartment with the peeling balcony and the chessboard that never gathered dust. His grandmother had passed 3 years ago, leaving behind a legacy of sharp humor, perfect arroz con dulce, and a voice that could make even the most stubborn neighbor admit defeat. Nonno carried her absence like an old photograph, visible in his quiet pauses, but never used as an excuse to stop living. Eric had grown up in the warmth of their kitchen, in the steady rhythm of their voices, learning early that family was built as much from time as it was from blood. Inside the lab, the smell of sawdust and machine oil was steadying. A half-built truss model sat clamped on a work table, sunlight cutting across its members like razor lines. He reached for the calipers and set about measuring the gusset plates I'd cut yesterday.
Christo,
Someone said behind Eric. He turned. Dr. Reeves stood in the doorway, clipboard tucked to his ribs, hair an unruly cloud. Reeves had the permanently distracted look of a man whose brain did not live in the same time zone as his body.
Morning.
you busy at noon?
I've got analysis at 12:30, but
Good. Come by my office at 12.
He said, and then added as if it were a detail.
Mentorship program needs a whip crack, and you like cracking whips.
I do not like cracking whips.
You like things done right. Close enough.
Reeves pivoted away, already muttering to himself about sheer stress. He went back to the truss, but the word mentorship curled in his head. He'd signed up to help with tutoring because they'd dangled a small stipend and access to the lab after hours. Eric didn't mind helping people get it. He minded babysitting people who didn't want to. Reeves knew that. At 11:58, Eric washed the glue from his hands and jogged up the stairs to his office. Dr. Reeves's door was open, the little glass wall cluttered with dry erase equations that looked like angry music.
Ah, my favorite overachiever.
That's a crowded category around here.
Not as crowded as you think.
He said, and slid a folder across the desk.
Stockbridge Student Support wants my best tutors for a handful of cases. You're on that list. Here's one.
He tapped the folder.
Undergrad, business major. Strong GPA. Something's gone sideways this term. She's missing a thread in structures for non-engineers and thinks the answer is to memorize, which is not an answer.
Name.
Eric asked, flipping the folder.
Evelyn Knight. High recommendation from the provost's office. She doesn't take shortcuts. She just needs the map.
I can draw maps.
I know.
He said, then hesitated, tone softening.
Before you say yes, be aware. This might be one of those situations where other parts of life are heavy. Your patience will be useful.
Stay tuned as more of Unseen comes to life on Tall Tales, Short Stories, and Dusty Film Cans.